look at that! Speed and accuracy, and the power's there.
Tried to find an angle or two. Wallace backward in a straight line, inviting the trouble. He's brave, but he's completely outdone. It has to be stopped quickly.
4-0 as a professional, 5th time we've seen him in the ring this year. Oh, left uppercut. Brilliant shot, through the guard, onto the chin for much longer. Great punch from Itauma, who's looking for the finish.
You don't expect a 250-pound heavyweight to move like this.
Any major risk, but again the speed.
Standing at 6'4" with a 79-inch reach, the 20-year-old Moses Itauma is something of an anomaly in a division often defined by brute force and strength.
Are outside of the ring.
The British phenom brings the unmistakable build of a heavyweight, but with the speed of a middleweight. And when the two come together, he hits like a Louisville slugger.
Straight away on that front foot. Oh, what a shot! There he goes.
Born in Slovakia, Itauma moved to England as a child and started boxing at the age of 9. Inspired by British heroes like Prince Nassim, he stuck with the sport and went through the amateur ranks, undefeated and draped in medals. As a pro, the only thing that's changed is Itauma's knockout rate, which is nothing short of intimidating. As of the writing of this video, Itauma has scored 10 KOs across 12 victories, with every knockout happening by round 2. And at a time when most fighters his age are still sharpening their tools amongst the ranks of the unpaid, he's already in the top 10 of the world heavyweight division. Many people are comparing this young man to the legend himself, Iron Mike Tyson. So, let's take a look at Moses Itauma, a next-generation threat that might be ready right now. Now that Itauma is nearing the deep end of the heavyweight division, the time has come for his first real test on the world stage. At only 20 years old, Moses Itauma is facing off with a true divisional veteran in Dillian Whyte, Saturday, August 16th, live exclusively on DAZN. So, if you want to see what happens, you can get the pay-per-view with our link below. And I'd highly recommend it, because the stakes are massive for both men. For Itauma, we get to find out just how good he really is, and where he stacks up against the elite operators in the division. For Whyte, a loss here would raise serious questions about where he goes next, but a win could breathe new life into his late career run. Plus, the rest of the card has some excellent talent on it too. You've got featherweight champ Nick Ball, who's hardly ever in a bad fight, a heavyweight clash between Filip Hrgovic and David Adelaide, and Ray Ford continues his super featherweight campaign. So, if you're as excited as I am, click the link below to buy the pay-per-view and watch the event live and exclusively on DAZN. It all starts with speed, which for Itauma is less about his ability to explode into action and more about his combative fluency. Really, Itauma's fluidity is pretty much unfair in the heavyweight division. He doesn't lumber forward, he glides in and out of range, and flows through lightning-quick combinations like a master codebreaker. His footwork might be the most underrated part of his game. Itauma's ability to move around the ring is as efficient as it gets. He moves with intent, circling off pressure, cutting angles, and always staying just outside the danger zone unless he's initiating, all while looking to counter. Against aggressive opponents, he doesn't retreat in straight lines. He angles off. That's a key distinction. Itauma, instead, takes a step back, and then immediately steps off the center line, all while showing an uncanny ability to land heavy punches while moving backwards. One of his best tools here is the check right hook. When an opponent rushes in with wild punches, head down trying to close the distance, Itauma will pivot off the back foot and whip in a short right hook. Even a short right hand like this one, well timed and compact, seem to carry more weight than a massive overhand from some heavyweights. Footwork isn't just about defense though. Itauma uses it offensively too. He'll show off his lateral movement and step outside before throwing a punch, changing the angle just enough to land clean. These short, quick half steps, along with changing the level of his hands and shoulders, can be a nightmare to deal with for his opponents, as they know danger could be coming at any moment. And once these subtle movements overwhelm the opponent, they can generate big reactions, which create openings for Itauma to land his power shots. His measured feet, combined with his intimidating power and speed, allow him to set the stage for the best part of his game: counters. Like this moment, where he uses his foot feints to draw a reaction from his opponent, who drops his lead hand to parry. This sets up a punishing lead hook that lands around the guard. He uses all of his tools to create openings and then seizes on them. He especially does this with his lead hand. Every time he shows it, he's scouting for vulnerability. Once he sees the pattern, he adjusts and capitalizes. Like here, after he lands a devastating uppercut and has his opponent clearly hurt. Itauma calmly continues drawing reactions and picking his shots in the corner. Let's talk about Itauma's overall punch selection. His jab is the key that opens everything else up in his arsenal. His lead hand is a threat on its own, lashing out like a striking viper. Itauma also throws a jab to the body, a more purposeful shot used to disrupt rhythm and set up a dangerous left hand by changing levels. And this all sets the table for the real danger, the left hand. He throws it from multiple angles, often after feints or sudden level changes. The jab to the body and level changes brings the guard of his opponents down for a split second, which is plenty of time for Itauma to smash the left hand through. He's also shown flashes of variety: the check hook that was mentioned earlier, the occasional uppercut on the inside, but when the young contender senses the end is near, he will put together some insane combinations, throwing beautifully technical, short and quick combinations, while touching the body to drop the guard of the opponent, almost always leading to a finish. But it must be said that Itauma has also shown poise beyond his years. For a 20-year-old heavyweight, composure isn't a given. From what we can tell so far, Itauma doesn't seem to do that. He stays calm, even when the fight slows down or gets a little scrappy and ugly. Moses Itauma is not just another promising prospect. In fact, he might be too highly ranked to still count as a prospect. That said, Itauma seems to be skilled beyond his years and ready for a next level test. While his physical gifts are real, it's the way he's learning to use them alongside sweet science that makes him special. He's not just reacting, he's dictating the way the fights will go. Of course, tons of people get fired up when Itauma is compared to the great Mike Tyson, and for good reason. Remember, Tyson didn't make it to the top of the division until he was nearly 30 fights into his professional career. Itauma is ranked at the top of the division in just 12 fights. Their KO skills seem to match at the moment, but we'll need to see how that fares in the upper echelon of heavyweight. But if he continues evolving by adding layers to his game, sharpening his timing, and mastering the small details, then it's only a matter of time before he's not just talked about as a rising star, but as a world champion. For the modern martial artist, this has been Coby McKinley, wishing you happy training.